In this video, I'm going to show you how to lose weight over the holidays without having to give up your favorite drinks or foods. Hi there. For those of you that are unfamiliar with me, my name is Dr. Kirsten Grant, and in today's episode of the Dr. Grant Show, I'm going to show you a really simple way to lose weight over the holiday season without having to deprive yourself of all the delicious food and drinks that you love. So, if you are looking for a way to stay fit and trim during the holidays, then stick around and let me show you how it is done. Welcome everyone that's joining us. Here's what we're covering today: getting plenty of sleep, eating breakfast every day, drinking plenty of water, avoiding most processed foods and sugary drinks. Let's be real, it's the holidays. Exercising regularly, taking breaks from work. This is important and why you should do it. 7, spending time with family and friends. And finally, 8, being mindful of your eating habits. So I am so excited. Yes, I'm getting all in your face here on the camera. I am so excited to talk to you about this today because the holiday season in my digital wellness practice, where I work with emotional eaters, food addicts, people that are struggling to lose weight because they've tried it all before and it didn't work, so they want something that sticks. I am excited, so excited. This is why I'm getting all in your face. I'm so excited to cover this with you today because I want to give you a new spin and a new take that's also scientifically proven and that's also been working in my wellness practice. So let's begin. Hi for everyone that's joining us. Make sure to type in the comments. If you're catching this on the replay, feel free to type the comments. I'll still reply back, or you can contact me directly if it's just something that you want to talk about privately. Okay, so that first point, getting plenty of sleep. Now, research has shown that it's very important to get plenty of sleep. And I'm certain that people have come across plenty of articles to talk about this. The key is, do you know why? And also, did you know that the amount of sleep that you need based on whatever you're dealing with for your stage, your chapter, your point of your life can change? Sometimes, especially in this bout of the holiday season, sometimes your body, unbeknownst to you, is battling certain viruses, certain bacteria, and therefore it needs more rest. Now, your mind speaks in words. Your body speaks in feelings and sensations. I share this very often with my clients in my wellness practice, as well as in speaking engagements. Therefore, feeling a wave of fatigue falling down on you that feels hard to fight against, it may be your body trying to tell you something and you need to listen. Now, I am no stranger to fatigue. I am a wife and I am a mother to 2 young children. And often I am reaching for the caffeine. And by the way, I could sing a sonnet about how much I love my caffeine. I'm sure you could too. However, there is a difference between reaching for the caffeine for its obscenely pleasurable benefits versus reaching for it as a crutch. These are 2 different departments, and we need to know which camp we're falling into. So this is why it's so important to get plenty of sleep. Also, did you know, according to research, even falling short of your sleep goals by just 1 measly hour can lower the brain's ability to fight inhibitions? So you combine a lack of sleep combined with a scrumptious holiday gathering and all of a sudden eating more than what you originally planned to eat. Whew, it sounds really good right now. Number 2, eat breakfast every day. I have been encountering this quite frequently in my wellness practice. Often we think that I'm going out for lunch with people and I know I'm going to overindulge. That's not a problem. So I'll skip breakfast or I'll skip lunch. There's only one problem with this approach. Your body is not an abacus. Your body doesn't say, you're going to eat about 1,000 calories in one sitting. So you'll come out ahead since the average daily requirement for adults is 2,000 calories a day. So you are A-okay and you will lose weight. Your body has several processes. Hi for joining us. Your body has several processes, several systems that are going on in place that are completely undependent on that mental and physiological abacus. So this means your math here is not always going to be the best approach to making sure you maintain your weight or losing weight over the holiday season. Here's the other thing. If you skip your breakfast, you skip your lunch in anticipation of a big dinner, or if you skip breakfast in anticipation of a big lunch, however you do it, here's the other big fat problem with that. You will be starving, hangry, craving, hungry by the time you reach that holiday gathering and occasion. And you know what happens then? Instead of scarfing down the original amount of calories that you kind of guesstimated and planned, your body goes into lion mode, hungry bear, grizzly bear mode, and you scarf down everything that you cannot keep your hands on because it's flying in your mouth. It's almost like those little cartoon characters that you used to see when you were younger, and you see them just take the whole entire plate and tablecloth and pull all of the food at them. It's kind of like that. So instead of scarfing down only the 1,000 calories that you originally planned, you wind up scarfing down 2,000 or 3,000 calories in one sitting. So you completely blew everything out the water. This is the reason why it's important for you to eat breakfast every day. You will go into this with a balanced mind, head, and heart, and your hand will follow suit. Instead of grabbing 10 rolls, you'll grab just one, whatever it is. Point is, you'll be able to eat mindfully. You'll be able to have more discernment as well. Let's go into number 3. Drink plenty of water. Now, I know this seems like a Captain Obvious point, but hear me out. Drinking plenty of water also allows you to maintain a certain level of clarity in your thoughts. Any ounce of clarity is worth way more than no ounces of clarity. It also helps your body continue to operate better. It also continues to help your body maintain a certain level of energy because you're not getting pummeled with that afternoon slump, which makes you reach for the caffeine, which makes you also, because you're tired, lower your inhibition. So drinking plenty of water, I want to give you a different take, a different point, and another reason why this is so important, and an important point that often gets overlooked. It's about more than space displacement in your stomach. It's about your whole entire body. Hi, for those of you that are joining us, thank you for joining us today. 4th point, avoid processed foods and sugary drinks, or avoid most processed foods and sugary drinks. Now, I'm a pretty big advocate of avoiding 2 major ingredients in my wellness practice based on a scientific study that I conducted showing among food addicts that these 2 very important ingredients were correlated to increasing the need to binge and overeat. But aside from that, sometimes we simply don't know what's in our food that we're eating, especially as we go out and about to eat over the course of the days and the weeks. So try your very best to avoid processed foods and try your very best to avoid most sugary drinks. Once again, mindfulness comes into play here. If you've already drank your water, if you've already eaten your breakfast, then it won't be so tempted to eat the processed food, number 1. And finally, number 2, you'll be able to be calm enough and collected enough to maybe take a pause before scarfing it down because you're not so hungry, to double check and see, hey, what goes into this thing that you're serving me? And then you can find out and you can ask the question. Not only that, you'll have the courage to ask the question as long as your mindset's in the right place. 5, exercise regularly. This is about more than the caloric burn here. I know usually in my wellness practice, when I talk to people about this, and also in workshops, when I talk to people about this, the first thing when surveyed that comes to mind is the caloric burn. It's not about that. Totally not about that. Exercise has so many benefits to your body. Increasing mental clarity is one. The ability to suppress your appetite is another. Endorphins and feeling good, that's another. A natural high is what we're seeking and obtaining when we exercise. So yes, you do get a caloric burn. Yes, you do wind up feeling really, really good. But here is the other thing too, especially for those of you that like to work with weights. And I'm not talking about working with weights or weightlifting 5 days a week. All I'm suggesting is working with weights 2 to 3 times a week. When you do that and incorporate weightlifting into your exercise routine, whether you like it or not, your body and your muscles continue to burn calories even while you're sitting on your bum. So that's an added benefit. Make a vow. It doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to be long and drawn out, but make a promise to yourself that you'll participate in some form of joyful movement however many days a week you promised yourself that you would work out. This will also ensure that you're able to stay on track. And what this does psychologically for your brain, since I'm all about the psychology, having a doctorate degree in health psychology, these mini promises, these tiny miniature goals that you hit of some form of exercise, even if you had planned for working out for an hour, but you only work out for 20 minutes and you just slosh yourself over to some form of cardio or walking or something, what that does for your brain is that it boosts something called self-efficacy. When you do that, other doors, magical doors of willpower and resilience unlock themselves to you, and you're able to do other things that you originally thought were impossible. Number 6, take breaks from work to relax and rejuvenate. Now, this is actually different than what you might assume looking at it on its head. Taking breaks from work, especially if you have coworkers, for example, that are not exactly at the top of your holiday gift giving list. It's the nicest way I could put that. When you choose to take a break to relax and rejuvenate, even if it is as small of a break as 5 minutes, what this does is that this shuts down your need to have a fight or flight syndrome. The chemicals that piggyback off of fight or flight syndrome include cortisol. Cortisol as a hormone, and you still need cortisol for other things, but as it pertains to people that are looking to try to lose weight, as it pertains to people that are trying to maintain their weight loss, as it pertains to people that are just trying not to gain as many pounds over the holiday, cortisol, you don't want that activated and engaged. What happens is it makes the prefrontal cortex, the front part of your brain, the thinking part of your brain, shut down. And then all the other rules, all the other things that you swore you do, they go flying out of the window. This is definitely not what you want. We want the holidays to be fun. We want the holidays to be effortless. And we also want to be healthy over the holidays, both in mind, body, and spirit. You do this by taking breaks from work to relax and rejuvenate. Give yourself time to collect your thoughts. Hi there, for those of you that are joining us now on the Dr. Grant Show, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are streaming live across all social media platforms. So make sure to type your comments and type your questions in the chat right down there. Or if you're realizing this is really resonating with you, this is cozying up to you, and this is aligning with you. Yes, I'm getting closer to the screen. Then reach out to me privately in a direct message and we can have a conversation. Number 7, I want to talk about spending time with friends and family members only if it suits you, only if it pleases you, only if it doesn't make you feel like a caged animal. Some of my clients I work with confess and realize that, the reason why I'm stressed out and binge eating in the first place is because I am freaking out about the weight that I've gained, and I'm afraid and concerned or not looking forward to family members poking me on my belly or giving me that. You know the look. That look and feeling judged, which in turn leads to feeling ashamed. And these feelings don't help, especially if you are an emotional eater, if you are someone that is a food addict, if you are a person that has been working so hard to lose weight. So spend time with friends and family members, yes. But if you're finding that you're not enveloped in the love and the nurturing that you deserve, maybe take a break. Maybe time out the time that you spend together. But if you are having a rip-roaring time with your friends and your family members, then keep going. Enjoy. Levity and happiness is good. And I have nothing else more to say about that. My final point, be mindful of your eating habits. Allow me to expound upon this point. Being mindful of your eating habits is about more than thinking about what it is that you are eating or counting how many bites or not counting at all, and then being mindful when you wake up the next morning of what you shouldn't have had and that you're not going to do it again. Being mindful about your eating habits is a continuous process. There is a meditation that I enjoy teaching my clients. It is called a continuous flow meditation. What that does is that throughout the day, you identify several key areas where you're going to stop everything in your day and perform a full body scan of where your head is at. Where are you? How are you? What are you feeling? Are you still walking in who you have to be in order to execute these tasks that you are tasked with doing today? Whatever it is, and it fluctuates. Of course, you're human. It fluctuates from day to day, but when you take this continuous flow meditation and approach, it allows you to be more mindful of your eating habits because you become more mindful of what you are thinking and how you are feeling. And this also entails more than just your head. This entails your body, a full body scan. Do you have any aches? Do you have any pains? Do you have any areas that are kind of pulling on you? Do you have any areas that are kind of fluttery when you think about something? What are you thinking about? Where is that fluttering coming from? Once again, our bodies speak not in words. Your body speaks in sensations and feelings. This is the key, and being attuned to, being open, being receptive to these feelings is the golden ticket and key to getting out ahead of certain situations that normally would have capsized your plans for being healthier, or even capsizing your plans on communicating with someone that maybe all of a sudden conversation turned a wee bit prickly. You opened up, you were vulnerable, it didn't go as planned. Instead of using food as a way to soothe, what winds up happening is you soothe yourself and get out ahead of it, and you accept that sometimes things go the way that you intended, and other times, hi, for those of you that are joining now, hi, sometimes things don't go the way that you intended, and it's not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. Instead, it has everything to do with that person and what they're toting around in their, so to speak, miniature garbage truck. If their garbage truck is weighed down with a bunch of negativity and negative thoughts and a negative outlook, that is going to color their entire life and their entire existence in terms of how they interact with you and the people that they surround themselves with. Therefore, there is nothing that you could have done in the first place if a person says something, be they a loved one or a liked one. There's nothing at all that you could have done to make the outcome of that conversation have gone any differently. Okay? And what this does when you're mindful of your eating habits and eating from a source of planned, strategic focus, you release yourself to not only lose weight, not only maintain your healthy activities over the holidays. This is like when the water comes in, all of the boats rise. Your career improves and you start living the life that you always intended to live, but you didn't originally think that it was available to you. For those of you that are interested in spirituality, it doesn't matter what your religion is, but you feel a closer connection to whatever it is that you hold dear. For family and friends and hobbies, you're able to stay clear so that you can imbibe in these things and derive the full joy and pleasure. You become more acutely aware, and hi, thanks for joining us, anyone that's joining us now. You become more acutely aware of your value systems and your belief systems and how these things power your eating habits. And you eat from a point of nourishment and what pleases you, as opposed to eating it because it was the only pleasurable thing. Like one of my clients said when we were talking, and I asked her, what makes you overeat? And as we dug and dug and dug and dug, she finally realized, and maybe her story and her experience and her journey, and what I'm about to share with you, maybe it'll resonate with you too. But she realized that one of the reasons why she was having a hard time being mindful of her eating habits was that it was the first shot of joy that she may have had all day or all week. And for this reason, the mind opens up the channel and says, eat more, eat more, eat more, because you've been depriving yourself of something. And it's not about the food. It was never about the food with my clients. We find out what has not been working in their lives, and we work together to fix it. And then once we work together to fix it, other things begin to improve. Opportunities begin to open up. Advancements begin to open up in their career. More money begins to come into their lives. They become magnets for the relationships that they want. And it's the right relationship because they're no longer afraid of picking the wrong one. Everything comes into alignment. This is about so much more than the holidays. This is so much more than about overindulgence in eating. I could go on and on and on, but I will slow down. So, if what I have shared with you during our time together has been making sense, in my digital wellness practice, when I work with emotional eaters and food addicts and people looking to lose weight and people that food binge, we don't talk about the calories. We don't talk about food. We talk about your mindset. We talk about what has not been in alignment in their lives and what's triggering them, because there's a neuroacoustic connection that's at work. And often these are blind spots, and that's the reason why a lot of us go on this Ferris wheel of weight gain and weight loss. If you're interested or someone that you know is interested in finally getting to the root of the problem and constructing a new reality for themselves, ready to finally show up as who they really have to be in order to move forward. And it feels as comfortable as putting on a warm towel when you get out the shower, okay? Then maybe we should have a conversation. My contact information is listed below. Feel free to reach out to me. You can text me, and also you can get our free guide. So text guide at 312-601-8510. Once again, text guide for our guide that's going to help you get on track before 2023 at 312-601-8510. Much love to you. See you next week. Happy holidays. Bye.